Hi there, I'm Shelly from ShellyGrayTeaching.com. This video will outline a suggested order for teaching the basic multiplication facts to 10 times 10. Multiplication facts can be intimidating for both student and teacher. Luckily, we can teach in a strategic order that helps every student be successful. The main mindset shift that we must make is that we are not simply teaching students to memorize the facts. Rather, we are teaching students how to think about multiplication. Through the order that we teach, we can encourage conceptual understanding first. Fact fluency will be a byproduct of excellent understanding. When I first started teaching multiplication, I taught the facts in regular numerical order. The ones, then the twos, then the threes, etc. This is a mistake. Instead, we want to teach the easiest facts first and leave the hard ones till last. Why? Simple, because when we teach like this, we give students a strong foundation early on, enabling them to derive facts easily. This way of teaching also results in high motivation, as students can see their progress and how rapidly they are learning the facts. Here is a recommended order for teaching the facts. We start with multiplying by 2 since most students are already very familiar with the addition doubles. And then we progress from there to the 10s, 5s, 1s and 0s, square facts, 4s, 3s, 9s, and lastly the 6s, 7s, and 8s. Why do we teach in this order? To make this more visual, I'll illustrate it with a multiplication chart. I encourage you to have your students shade in a multiplication chart as they master the facts. If you're using my multiplication station to teach the basic facts, this has been included for you. So since most students already know the times 2 facts or the addition doubles, we start there. Now once your students master this set of facts, they're going to shade in the 2's row and the 2's column, and their multiplication chart will look like this. Now it's on to the 10s. The 10s facts are typically another easy set of facts to learn, so it won't take long for students to master those ones. Once they've mastered them, they can shade them in on the chart and it will look like this. Now this is really motivating for students to see how many facts they already know. After the 10s, we learn the 5s using the half of 10 strategy. Now here's our multiplication chart. Once we master the 5s, we move on to the 1s and then the 0s. Now that students understand multiplication, it is easier for them to grasp the somewhat abstract nature of multiplying by 1 and 0. Look at our chart now. We have already mastered so many facts on our multiplication table. This is so motivating to see. After the 0s, we work on the square facts, like 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, etc. Knowing these facts is going to enable us to use them in the future to solve other nearby facts. For example, we'll be able to use what we know about 6 times 6 to solve 6 times 7. We have now mastered most of the facts. This is where we get into the ones that are going to demand a little bit more work. But the great news is that we really don't have that many left to master when it comes right down to it. Next, we move on to the 4s, and then the 3s, and then the 9s. For the 4s, we use the double strategy. For the 3s, we'll use the double plus one more group strategy. And for the 9s, we'll use what we know about 10s and then just subtract one group. Now we still have to work with the 6s, the 7s, and the 8s. But look at our chart, we already know most of them anyways. Once your students learn the 6s and the 7s, they will see that they have now worked with every single fact on the multiplication chart. As you can see, this suggested order of teaching the multiplication facts is exciting, motivating, and encourages success for your students. Let's make multiplication as easy as possible. I hope this multiplication tip helps you as you tackle basic multiplication in your classroom. For more teaching tips, including many more tips on multiplication, please visit me over at ShellyGrayTeaching.com.